thank you all so much for coming out to Book Soup tonight. We're very happy to have you and to welcome the addiction solution, something particularly relevant over here. And then I guess to get us started for the evening, Whitney. Sorry, thank you.
Let's start at the bottom line. Everybody these days is talking about the disease of addiction. I think we've seen it on TV a lot the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 4.5 Men or 5.5 Men or whatever. But they don't seem to be paying attention to what that means. They say, oh, she's got the disease of addiction. He's got the disease of addiction. What can we do? Well, they're not paying attention to what that means. A disease or a disease state is a medical condition. And this is a revolutionary breakthrough in addiction. Always before it was, just sit tight, go through a torturous withdrawal, and my own withdrawal was so torturous that even Dick Cheney pleaded with the interventionist to give me some drugs. But now it's safe, it's effective, and instead of this 10% success rate that AA and 12-step programs have historically had, some people will say 30, but basically it's about 10%. Dr. Kipper's personalized recovery program succeeds at about a 90% rate. And he and science know absolutely why the 10% who don't work. And again, that's a medical thing. But I wanted to explain to you the basics, because I'm not the doctor. You're going to talk to medicine. And I wanted to explain some of the basics with you, which are, the flyers are around, okay? And I've got one here. I thought I did. There it is. And this is the new paradigm of addiction. In 1936, AA was the new paradigm. Before that, there was no paradigm. And in fact, AA can be part of this program in the 8th step. Anything can be. But here it is. I'm going to use some high-tech show and tell. This is not IMAX, but it will be. They're filming this in IMAX, I hope. But we're going to talk about balance and about genetic flaws. The 8 steps are, number 1, this is a genetic disease. It's passed on through generations. And, okay, here's this. And if you have a genetic flaw, most of us, okay, let's say this is balance. None of us have perfect balance. Let's put on a genetic flaw. There. And suddenly, it tilts like this. Okay? And you're imbalanced. Okay? Now, let's put on maybe more genetic flaws, and it goes like this. Somebody might be okay within this range, but it's going to be tougher to cope with life here rather than here. Now, let's add, where are my dots? Here they are. This lectrin has a very thin thing. Let's do red for stress. Now you add a big dose of stress, and the balance even goes further out. Okay? And now how much most addicts are within the range of this and this. But even if you're around here, if you have that big dose of stress weighing you down, you're going to go into uncharted territory. Think of this as a surfboard. Okay? We're all in California here. We know what surfboards are. Now, if you surf the waves like this, and you're a good surfer, you're going to do okay. Even that, you can kind of do okay. But think of trying to surf on a surfboard that's tilted like this. Okay? Now, the genetic flaw, let's say you're here, stress knocks it down. And it's like drip. Because chemically, stress splashes chemicals. A lot of it is noradrenaline, which in itself will give you a lot of anxiety, but it adds chemicals. So you're basically imbalanced. These imbalances cause severe biochemical wantings. Biochemical wantings aren't, oh, I want the plasma TV. Oh, I want the 55-incher, you know. No, they're needs, like a diabetic needs insulin, okay? It's that strong of a need. And eventually, through trial and error, you'll find what you need. If you have a dopamine imbalance, you may go out to a bar and get drunk, but it really won't do anything for you. Or you'll take a couple of pills, and that doesn't do anything for you either, whether they're opiates or anti-anxiety pills. But then you find cocaine, and cocaine fits the need of what you have because it very, very, very closely resembles the dopamine. Goes in there on the neurotransmitter, caps it, reinforces it, and suddenly you're hooked. And there are very specific needs that David will talk about. These needs, when you're still needing them, when they haven't been sated, create bad behavior, bad feelings more than bad behavior. You feel depressed, that would be serotonin. You feel manic or like ADD or ADHD with dopamine. You feel very nervous or have panic attacks. If it's noradrenaline. Noradrenaline is, by the way, also called norepinephrine at times. Okay? They're interchangeable. And out of these bad feelings, you need something to make you feel good. Even Bill W. said that when he had his first real drink, he said he found the elixir of life. It makes you feel good. Nobody gets addicted to stuff that makes them feel lousy. Why would you take something again that makes you feel great? Makes you feel like Superman. Makes you not depressed. It takes away your inhibitions. You're free for the first time. So you keep doing it because it comes down, you feel bad again. Oh, what did I try last night? That's Scotch, so I'll have that. And it makes you feel good. And it's a cycle. These, in turn, the imbalance can be treated now by smart, targeted pharmaceuticals. And they're getting smarter every day. I mean, the pharmaceutical companies are really focused in on this. Okay? And slowly, through the detox, which now is very, very comfortable, you kind of go up to your own, what's called baseline balance, okay? And then in the stabilization period, it's kind of like putting two dolls together. It really creates a new and stronger baseline balance. More than that, if you're off balance, you're not thinking clearly. And with balance, you're thinking much more clearly. So all the different behavioral treatments, which are very, very necessary, the 12 steps, counseling, all sorts of things, you can actually think more clearly about them, and you can stay sober, you know. As I said, that 10% is for the first year. It's also why people who don't do the pharmaceuticals for 80 years have had what's called the honeymoon effect. Okay, they get out of rehab and they just feel great. Life is good. The sun is beautiful. The sky, everything is beautiful. 3 weeks later, they're back on dope. What happened? Well, the honeymoon effect. During detox, even though it was, cold turkey detox, they're balanced again. And slowly, day by day, by day, by day, by day, they slip back into their natural imbalance. The honeymoon is over, and they have the same biochemical need, a biochemical wanting or need. And that's, and then of course during the rehabilitation, the stabilization and the rehabilitation of the brain chemistry, the patient enters a personalized recovery program. David, as I said, has devised one that works 90% of the time. And by personalized, I mean really personalized to the individual. You're not sitting in a room with 40 other people and it's one size fits all. It's not cookie cutter. He says, okay, this patient needs job counseling. He hates his job. He's never going to like his job. This patient, she needs a divorce. Her husband's driving her crazy. Yeah. It's personalized to the person. And it emphasizes total wellness. Not just sobriety, which is always good, but total wellness. And thank you all for coming.